Hey ladies, it's Maz here. Just wanting to have a quick chat to you about our little recovery survey and challenge that we've started putting out to you after every session. Now, the reason why we've actually done this, and it's a common problem not only with you girls that I'm finding in your training sessions and also just with the feedback that you're giving me, but it's also a common problem with all of my athletes and all of my clients that I train as well. So quite often recovery isn't a process that is thought about any longer than when you're finishing your session and leaving the gym or leaving the court or leaving a game. So quite often I find that recovery is only a very brief thought, maybe for only an hour or so after a session. So what I'm finding is that for a lot of you're absolutely fantastic at having a stretch after the session, and with a lot of my athletes as well, I make them also have a protein shake within an hour after their session as well. And aside from that, that's all the recovery that they're really thinking about. So what I'm trying to do with you girls now is to make you consciously think about the recovery process as an ongoing process rather than a short-term thing that lasts maybe 20 minutes after a session. You need to start remembering, and you need to start taking care of your body, and as I said, remembering that it does need to be taken care of a lot longer than a 20-minute window after every session. So the reason why we put the survey together and those little suggestions about, taking time out to read a book or have a really good stretch or have a massage or call a friend on the phone or anything like that, it's because the recovery process isn't just about having a little bit of a stretch and loosening the muscles at the end of a session and having a protein shake to help your muscles rebuild and restore the energy that you've burned in a session. It's also recovering emotionally and mentally from all of your games and all of your workouts, because what you don't realize is during that time, the focus and the energy that it takes to get through these sessions is just as taxing as your actual workout itself and as the physical workout. So you need to remember as well that when you girls are playing heaps and heaps of sport and then you're training on top of this, and not only that, but you've got your own life stresses as well, it's very important to remember that at the end of the day, you only have one body and you need to take care of it, and you need to be thinking about how you're going to perform in the next session if you are taking these steps to recover and consciously thinking about doing those recovery suggestions. So with the survey, we've put the points at a minimum of 16 points to actually pass the test. So there are 52 points all up that you can accumulate over a 48-hour period. So yes, that is a lot of points, but the reason we did that is just so that you had plenty of suggestions and plenty of options to pick of things that you can do to help you recover in your own ways. So I want you girls to really start thinking about this, and I'm really going to keep drumming it into you, because as you propel forward towards your game seasons and every session with me, I'm going to ask more of you and I'm going to push you harder and harder and harder. It's going to take more for you to recover emotionally and physically and mentally every single time, whether you realize it or not. And what the job that I have as your coach is to monitor this stuff and to pick up when you're not actually doing these things. So this survey is just a little bit of a helping hand for me and for you to work out whether you're getting enough recovery and whether this is going to affect your performance on and off the court and also in the gym as well. And it does give me a massive insight into how you guys are going as well. And trust me though, I will pick up on things. I've been in this industry a very long time, and this is the reason why we do put out these surveys and we do drum into you about recovery being just as important as your actual workout itself. So get in there and keep filling out that survey. Make sure you girls are taking care of yourselves, because at the end of the day, I can tell you over and over again to do it, but it's up to you, because at the end of the day, if you want to keep performing at this top level, at this A-grade level, you've also got to put in the hard yards of actually taking care of yourself. And, we're not asking a big commitment for these little steps in recovery outside of your sessions. Some of these things can be as little as 10 to 15 minutes where you just put your iPod in your ears and have a nice stretch on the lounge room floor. It can be just as simple as that. But those little things you don't realise can have a dramatic effect on how well you perform and your general well-being when you arrive at the court or you arrive at the gym session. Because if you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling stressed, if you can't focus, then your sessions are going to be next to useless, and your concentration on the court and your performance on the court is going to get affected as well. So start enjoying this process and see it as just an important part of your training process as the actual training yourself. I can't stress this enough for you girls. Have an awesome day.